Emily never imagined that at 60 years old she would be wearing a faded diner uniform and serving coffee just to survive. After losing her husband, she trusted her son Ethan and daughter Megan with her finances, believing they wanted to help her manage taxes and paperwork. Instead, they tricked her into signing documents that transferred her home, savings, and assets into their names. Within weeks, they sold everything, emptied her accounts, buried her in debt, and left her struggling to survive in a tiny apartment. Forced to start over from nothing, Emily found work as a waitress, hiding her heartbreak behind polite smiles while wondering how the children she had sacrificed everything for could betray her so completely. Every day at the diner, an elderly man named Victor quietly sat by the window, ordering nothing more than coffee and toast. His worn clothes, trembling hands, and careful counting of coins made him seem lonely and poor. Feeling a connection to his silent sadness, Emily often shared her own lunch with him whenever the diner became too busy or when she noticed he had little to eat. Their conversation slowly grew into a genuine friendship. Both had lost spouses, both had been abandoned by their children, and both carried emotional wounds that only someone with similar pain could truly understand. For the first time since her life collapsed, Emily felt that someone truly listened without judging her. Victor asked about her past, and Emily finally revealed everything. She told him how Ethan and Megan had manipulated her while she was grieving, stolen everything she and her late husband had built, and then abandoned her. Victor listened without interrupting, but behind his calm expression, he carefully observed every detail about her kindness, honesty, and strength. Unknown to Emily, he was quietly testing whether genuine compassion still existed in a world where money often determined how people treated others. One cold afternoon, everything changed. Ethan walked into the diner wearing an expensive suit and an arrogant smile. Instead of showing concern for his struggling mother, he loudly mocked her in front of customers, calling her pathetic for working as a waitress at her age. He blamed her for losing everything and claimed she deserved her miserable life. Emily stood silently, humiliated, fighting back tears, while every customer watched the painful scene unfold. At that moment, Victor slowly stood up. The weak, trembling old man suddenly disappeared, replaced by someone whose confidence filled the entire room. His voice became calm, powerful, and impossible to ignore. He confronted Ethan, exposing his cruelty and reminding everyone that true character is revealed by how people treat those who cannot benefit them. Then Victor calmly made a phone call. Within minutes, Ethan realized this was no ordinary old man. Victor was actually one of the wealthiest businessmen in the state, the owner of hundreds of companies, including the consulting firm where Ethan worked and the financial institutions connected to his mortgage and loans. The following day, Victor revealed the truth to Emily. After his own children abandoned him for his fortune, he had spent months pretending to be poor to discover who would show genuine kindness without expecting anything in return. Emily was the only person who had consistently treated him with respect, shared her food, and cared about him simply because he was another human being. Her kindness had convinced him that good people still existed. Victor investigated Ethan and uncovered years of greed, financial irresponsibility, and manipulation. He gave him one final choice. Ethan could return every dollar he had stolen, restore everything to his mother, sincerely apologize, and rebuild his life honestly, or he could lose his career, home, and financial future forever. Facing consequences for the first time in his life, Ethan finally broke down. He admitted his mistakes, signed legal papers returning every asset to Emily with interest, and asked for forgiveness. Months later, Emily had rebuilt her life. She and Victor became inseparable companions, supporting each other through the pain their families had caused. Ethan slowly earned back his mother's trust through genuine change, while Megan refused to accept responsibility and remained distant. Victor eventually updated his will, leaving most of his fortune to Emily because she had proven that true wealth is measured by compassion rather than money. Looking back, I realized my children stole my savings, but they could never steal my heart. Losing everything taught me that family is not defined by blood, but by the people who choose kindness when they have nothing to gain. Sometimes the greatest blessings arrive disguised as strangers, and one simple act of sharing a sandwich can completely change two lives forever.